Hey everyone, what is up? I am Exit over here, and I'm here with a video on Godspeed, who seems to be appearing in Flash this season. In Season 5, Episode 18, the episode seems to be titled Godspeed, the episode directed by Danielle Panabaker. The episode will probably be airing sometime towards the end of March, assuming there's no more big breaks after the season comes back at the start of March. But yeah, so we also seem to have our first look at the suit, which looks pretty comic accurate. I wanted to wait a bit before making this because I was a little bit iffy on if this was legit or not, because since season 4, we've been hearing constant leaks about is Godspeed going to be in Flash, blah blah, the Speed Force storm at the end of season 3. So I was like, this might not be legit, but the picture was leaked by Canada Graphs, who seem to get this stuff generally right. They rarely get stuff like this wrong or leak stuff that isn't true, but because so many people have already made a video on Godspeed being Flash this season, I thought I'd do something different and instead explain who Godspeed is. Godspeed is a Flash speedster who first showed up in the Flash Rebirth, or Flash 2016 issue 1, as a guy called August Hart, who was a CCPD person who worked alongside Barry. He's one of Barry's friends, and the same episode, or not same episode, same comic he appeared in, he got kind of doused with Speed Force and became Godspeed. And we became a speedster. He didn't become Godspeed till a little bit later. He's generally an anti-hero more than a villain. And he was struck by the Speed Force storm while he was chasing this criminal group called the Black Hole, who were the ones responsible for killing his brother. So he got struck by the Force, and then he became this vigilante anti-hero called Godspeed, who was trying to get revenge on the people who he thought killed his brother, the Black Hole. So after he was struck, Barry revealed himself as the Flash to August. So August, thinking of Barry Flash as his friend, created his own costume and started working alongside Barry. This was kind of a parallel to Barry, but, as Barry used his speed to investigate his mother's murder, while August used his speed to investigate his brother's. The only difference is how the two went about it. There were more Speed Force storms over the next while, and this ends up turning other people into speedsters as well. This is why a lot of people thought the Speed Force storm in the Season 3 final was going to lead to Godspeed, was because in the comics how Godspeed gets his powers and how a bunch of other speedsters got their powers was due to a Speed Force storm. So Godspeed starts killing a bunch of these speedsters, the ones that are criminals, and he steals their speed. But August lies to Barry and tells him that Godspeed is a new speedster and not him. During his killing spree, August finally confronts the man who he believes is responsible for killing his brother, and August, in Godspeed form, kills him. This is when Barry realizes that Godspeed and August are one and the same. When Barry confronts August, August reveals that yes, he is Godspeed, and August explains everything: how he hunted the people with powers, how his powers connected with theirs, and how he stole their powers from them. As he got faster and faster from taking the powers from other speedsters, August started to be able to create doubles of himself, so that he could be in two places at once. Barry and Wally end up saving a bunch of the speedsters being held by August, and the speedsters give their powers to Barry and Wally so that they can chase after August and defeat Godspeed. Meanwhile, August is on his way to Iron Heights to kill many of Flash's older rogues, including Eobard Thawne. However, Flash and Kid Flash intervene and stop him, sending him to prison. Then, a while later, in Iron Heights, August infiltrates the rogues from inside Iron Heights so he can take down some of their criminal organizations or operations, like how they were trying to work with Copperhead and people like that, taking them from the inside. This led to Captain Cold almost defeating Barry, but August actually helping Barry defeat Captain Cold in the end. After this, August realized he was a bad guy of the story, and August began to repent, and he was later freed from Iron Heights when Barry needed his help to stop Gorilla Grodd. So you probably notice that there's a lot of similarities between Godspeed and Zoom. For example, creating double their time around himself, stealing speed from other speedsters to get faster, a lot of things like that. So I think that they will definitely change up Godspeed quite a bit in the show, because it would be weird to have him be another version of Zoom, although it's entirely possible he's not actually from the normal timeline. He could be from Nora's time, which means he could be Nora's version of Zoom. It's like a lot of the Flash lower down speedsters like Kid Flash now have versions of villains that are very similar to Barry's or Jay's, just their own way. It's possible Nora has her own Reverse Flash, her own Zoom, stuff like that. Maybe Godspeed was somebody who worked with Nora in CCPD and he got super speed and now he's hunting down other speedsters or something. It could be something like that. I think it'll be interesting to see what they do anyway, but again, while I want to believe this is legit, I think it's odd we haven't heard anything official yet, but at the same time, the people who leaked it are pretty credible. It's just to have Godspeed be first introduced to Flash like this season, when they've got so much other stuff they have to deal with before the end of the season, it just seems odd to me. Maybe they're setting him up for a villain next season or the season after, but they're setting up a lot. They're setting up Godspeed now, Reverse Flash, and Red Death, so it'll be cool. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you, and have a great day.